Did you know that most history books completely erase Africa's 300,000-year head start on human civilization? That's about to change. In her groundbreaking new book, An African History of Africa, Sudanese-British journalist Zeinab Badawi rewrites the narrative from an insider's perspective. This isn't just another history book, it's a 300,000-year journey that begins where humanity itself began, in Eastern Africa. Badawi, the first woman of African descent to host BBC's Newsnight, takes us on a chronological tour that deliberately counters what she calls the Eurocentric bias in African historiography. The book establishes ancient Egypt as fundamentally African, contrary to Western academic traditions that separate it from the continent's story. It traces the unbroken thread of African agency from the earliest humans to the complex liberation struggles that continued into the 1990s. One of the most revolutionary aspects is how Badawi handles the origin of Homo sapiens. She anchors this not vaguely in Africa but specifically in Eastern Africa, emphasizing the continent as humanity's cradle. The book doesn't stop at the familiar 1960 independence movement but continues through the violent struggles that shaped modern Africa, culminating with apartheid's end in 1994. What makes this work unique is its framing. Unlike Western histories that treat Africa as history's passive recipient, Badawi presents it as the generator of civilization. She tackles head-on the academic separation of Egypt from Africa, forcing recognition of its African identity. The liberation struggles receive fresh context as part of a millennia-long tradition of self-determination. Reviews in The Guardian and TLS praise the book as definitive for general audiences. Its timing couldn't be better, as modern Africans seek unfiltered narratives about their past. By ending with apartheid's fall, Badawi connects ancient history directly to contemporary geopolitics. The book serves as both corrective and reclamation, challenging what she calls the blank continent myth. Controversies aren't avoided. Badawi confronts Western historiography's tendency to categorize Egypt as Near Eastern rather than African. She exposes how liberation movements after 1960 involved complex, often violent transitions rarely discussed in mainstream histories. This is history that matters today, providing context for migration patterns, resource conflicts, and Pan-African identity. In an era of cultural reckoning, Badawi gives Africans what colonial education denied them: their own story, told by one of their own.